It's Kate, and today I have a special surprise for everyone, and I am going to give a look at the Harry Potter tarot. I absolutely love this tarot. I just got it in the other day, so this is not a review of the tarot. However, I really do love the images with this tarot. I just want to make a quick comment. I purchased this because I was looking at a couple of videos from Amber Scott. She has a 3-video on the Harry Potter tarot, and she did it a couple of years ago, and there have been some changes to the deck since then. I don't mind them at all. I really do love the new cards, and let me just tell you one of the differences. The images on the cards in the older deck came out to this area. So they were not completely borderless, but they did have a slight border around it. So the image popped out a little bit more. And the symbols were inside the image on the bottom and the top. And they were also a little bit bolder over here. But again, I do like how this deck came out. It's a super beautiful deck, and I'm just going to go over a couple of things. This deck is a cross between an RWS and a Thoth deck, and I will let you know in a second the reason why. So I just wanted to show you what the backs look like. In the original printing, I guess, of the tarot, the backs look like this. It had this backing on it, and now it has this backing right here. So if you do reversals, you're going to see that the card is reversed. So if that bothers you, you might want to see if you can find the deck with this back on it. It's probably still can show reversals on here, but if you're a little bit uncomfortable with reversal showing up on the opposite side, then this is probably not for you. Although, if you do love Harry Potter, this deck is just totally amazing. So, also I wanted to show you some really cool things that she did too, and with the minors. So if you notice, and I'm not sure if you don't geek out over Harry Potter, then you might not know that this is Godric Gryffindor. So she says that the wands relate to Gryffindor. And then on the cups, at first I was a little bit taken back by this because I wasn't really sure of the association. But once I sat down and really thought about it, yeah, I could see this. It's Salazar Slytherin. So that was kind of a neat thing. And just remember what Harry says at the end of all the books, and as he was talking to his son, that great people can be in Slytherin. The next one is Helga Hufflepuff. And I do think that this fits in discs. As you notice, this is discs, it's not pentacles. And the last one is swords. She kept the swords for swords. Another difference that she did make is the court cards. Let me just pull them out and show it to you real quick. So, she does princess, prince, queen, and king. So it's kind of Thoth-ish. So those are really kind of really cool Really cool. So I'm just going to put this card back here, and let's talk a little bit about the Major. So she has on the first one, which I'm not sure about, but the Colin, the kid with the camera that was petrified. So I guess she put him on this first card, the Fool, because he's young, and not only young, is that he goes without thinking danger. So Harry is the Magus, which was fitting. McGonagall as the High Priestess. The Empress is Lily. James as the Emperor. Dumbledore is definitely the Hierophant. Oh, this breaks my heart. Yes. Lupin. Oh, your death. Both of your deaths really kind of made me sad. The Chariot is definitely the Hogwarts Express. Now here is the difference between this and a Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And you'll notice that this is Justice. And look who's Justicey. Ah, I can't stand her. But I gotta relax on this one. But it does fit. She at the end did get Justice. The Hermit card. Oh my word. When I saw this as the Hermit card, I just was blown away, because this is it hits home, because Snape is by far one of my favorite characters in Harry Potter, besides Harry, Hermione, and Ron. And Snape really did do more than anyone could ask of him to do. And then he did it on his own terms. He is the epitome of the hermit. He's wise. Has his stuff under control, even though he doesn't really want to. He doesn't want to do all this stuff. It's not his fault. And he's in love with Lily. And I reread the books several times. I got into several discussions about Snape and his love for Lily. It wasn't a creepy sort of love like some people say. He never did anything to freak her out or continue doing creepy things. He was just there for her if she ever needed him. And even when she couldn't speak for herself, he was there for her. And when he showed Dumbledore his Patronus, he was saying always, yes, I love her. Even in death, I will do this because I have this love. And no, he did not require her to give it back to him. Was he moody? Hell yeah. Yeah, he was. Was he not happy about it? Uh-huh. He wasn't happy about it. Was he resentful about it? Yep, he was very resentful for it. But he never reproached her about it. He never went to her and said, hey, you are with a despicable person that's always been horrible to me. Why have you done this to me? He never did that. Yes, he internalized it, and he did it for, a lot of other things. But that is his own right to do that. That's his self-determination. If he wants to do that on his own terms and internalize it to himself. And yes, he was a jerk to Harry, but Harry was a representation of what he could have had. And if the story was told from Snape's point of view, what would we know? What would we learn? What was his internal dialogue when he saw Harry? And in the movie, he says to Harry, "You have your mother's eyes." And it must have burned through him like a hot rod every single time he saw Harry. Let me stop now because I can go on and on about Snape's character, but I really do love him as the hermit. This was kind of interesting that I'm not sure if I completely agree with this or not, but it's interesting to say the least. You have Hermione with Buckbeak. I love Buckbeak. I think he was a very sweet animal, but he was also very intelligent. And the one thing that I really loved about him was that he had this, perception of others as being really this very difficult animal, this cruel animal, this danger to society, but he really wasn't. He was very sweet. He was very protective. He was very very good to the people that cared about him. This was also very sad for me, the hangman, as the it just really made me say, wow, this is something. This is the door that Sirius fell through that took him away from Harry, and it's very appropriate for this to be death. The Weasleys, Temperance. I don't know how I feel about this, but I can definitely see it. It's, I don't know if they had the temperament to stay in school and do the things that needed to be a part of the wizarding world, but they strike their own path, and they opened up a magic shop, so that had to be something, right? Voldemort. There, I said it. Yes, and he is the devil. He is everything about the devil, that you could imagine from a Christian sense, and even in an evil sense, in a non-dogmatic sense, this man was evil, because he didn't think or perceive what he was doing was wrong. He thought he was saving everyone from themselves, from the Muggles, from people that might do wrong. This is the tower. Very nice imagery on that. The star. Now, I did a quick look, and also from Amber's video, I was waiting for this particular card. Let me just bring this up a little bit. And the dog in this picture is Sirius, and the wolf in this is Lupin. Of course, he's howling at the moon. Very interesting. One was forced on him. One made a conscious decision to save him. So that quite an introspective look. This is the Phoenix, Lucius, and then we go back to Harry. So, I can't say enough about these cards. They're very beautiful. I did do one reading from this deck, and I really want to kind of do some more readings before I give a review on the deck. But so far, so good. I really can connect with the images of this deck, and they do tell a story, and they do get the cards right on, and that's one of the things that I do love about this deck. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm very open to that. Look at this picture of Hedwig, and this is not a knock for Harry because it talks about oppression. This is a knock to Harry's aunt and uncle. They locked Hedwig, and he couldn't be who he was. And that made Hedwig very sad and Harry very sad. So the images, again, are very, very, very beautiful. I do love this deck. I'm going to post where you can get the deck down below. And I hope you love it as much as I do and other people do. So, again, if you have any questions, feel free to post them below.